The Kursk operation helped Ukraine seize an area the size of Los Angeles and put Russia in an awkward position. It also appears to be disrupting Russia's rail system. And if the US agrees to Ukraine's demands to allow deeper strikes into Russia using American-made missiles, Russia's ability to move troops and supplies could be seriously damaged, Business Insider reports. Russia depends on the railway to transport troops and weapons. Russian units do not have the organic transport capacity to operate away from railheads. The problem today is that the massing of forces from all over Russia, some 30,000 troops, according to Ukrainian estimates, to block a Ukrainian invasion is overloading railheads in the Kursk area and creating a shortage of locomotives. Russian railways were already in poor condition before the Kursk operation. Russian bloggers warned that Western sanctions against ball-bearing exports to Russia had led to poor maintenance and a shortage of locomotives. Russian railway officials were reportedly threatened with punishment, and in 2023, Russian railway management admitted that 42,600 trains had been cancelled last year due to a lack of locomotive maintenance and spare parts. Experts say Russia's rail system has enough depth to cope with disruptions. A Ukrainian invasion could force Russia to reroute military logistics to the Kharkiv front via neighboring regions. This would extend the time it takes to get supplies from the Leningrad and Moscow military districts, but it is unlikely to be a significant delay, said Callum Fraser, a Russia expert at the Royal United Services Institute, a think tank in Britain. However, Ukraine has collected data on the Russian rail system, which would make disruption easier, Fraser said. The digitalization of Russian rail infrastructure, including aspects such as the integrated infrastructure management system, means that Ukraine has access to data on arms shipments from the captured rail station. There may be more weaknesses in this system that Ukraine could exploit, the expert added. Ukrainian aircraft have already destroyed several bridges over the Seam River east of Kursk. However, the Biden administration has refused to grant Ukraine permission to launch long-range ATACMS missiles at targets in Russia across the Ukrainian-Russian border. Baros believes that Ukraine could seriously disrupt Russian rail traffic and logistics if the US lifts these restrictions. The Russian rail network in the Bryansk, Kursk, Oryol, Belgorod and Voronezh regions has some natural bottlenecks where these rail lines go over bridges to cross rivers. It would be great if, for example, Ukrainian forces could reduce the ability of Russian forces to use the rail in this sector by using ATACMS to destroy these rail bridges, Baros said.
Mandatory evacuations are expanding as a wildfire burns in the foothills of a national forest east of Los Angeles. Tens of thousands of homes and other buildings are being threatened by the so-called line fire. The blaze was burning uncontrolled along the edge of the San Bernardino National Forest, about 65 miles east of Lane. As of Sunday morning, the blaze had charred about 27 square miles of grass and chaparral. The cause is under investigation. More than 600 firefighters were battling the blaze, along with water-dropping helicopters and other aircraft. County officials, who declared an emergency Saturday evening, issued evacuation orders for Running Springs, Arrowbear Lake, areas east of Highway 330 and other regions. Extreme temperatures, wind and lightning strikes have allowed the fire to grow rapidly, the county said in a statement. No injuries were reported, and no homes or other structures have been damaged or destroyed.